Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Siobhan if you're new here. So today I'm sharing with you a flip through of my current planner. I've been using this planner since January, and let's have a little planner chat. If you're new here, welcome. Hit the subscribe button, and if you're a continuing subscriber, thank you for coming back, and let's go. So this is the planner cover that I've been using for the past couple years. It's the Louis Vuitton Paul notebook cover, and it's a little bit bigger than a B6 size but a little smaller than an A5 size, so it's that like middle ground. It's like the perfect in-between size. It did come with a flap, a closure, and I removed the closure because I knew this would have happened where it got so chunky. There are a couple holes underneath this little patch, and that's where the top of the closure was, so I put that there to kind of mask that, and I carry around this big chunky planner. So this notebook that I'm using is a B6, not B6, it's a Stalogy notebook. I did get the A5 size and I cut it down to fit in this cover perfectly. So the reason why I got the A5 size and cut it is because the grid in the Stalogy A5 is 4 mm versus the 5 mm in the B6 size. So that's that. Here I have some stickers, and then I have like coupons underneath here. So one thing I don't like about this planner is just this one flap. I wish there were like pockets here. That's my thing. And I don't really like the light pink inside. There's something about it that I don't really like. I like it on the outside, but I don't know, I wish this was like brown. So here I have this little acetate from Simply Gilded, and this is just a pic of me in the hospital the other day. I just printed it out and I put keep going on it. I had a procedure, and that was when I woke up. And I have some wallpaper that I just glued on here for, this is actually wallpaper, a picture of wallpaper that I got online. Just copied and pasted. The setup is pretty much the same if you watched the initial setup video back in January. I did have to reinforce this flap a little bit with some double-sided thin tape. And here I'm supposed to update this calendar every month, but for now the calendar that I'm updating is over there, so you can see it. I update this so I can actually see this when I'm sitting down all the time. So that's where that is. Back to the video. So here I have this pocket that I made. It's kind of coming apart because I keep going in and out, but I will continue to make this in whatever planner I use. It's basically, you take an acetate and you just cut it diagonally, and you put double-sided tape on the left or the right side, and the left side, and then on the bottom. And here are the stickers. So this is my intentions for the year. I don't know, I feel like this part is kind of a waste for me, like going forward. If I were to set up a new planner, do I really need my intentions? I'm pretty intentional about my life, so I may not even put this back in a new setup. And this is the 2023 highlights. I definitely love this. It's just writing down a couple things that happened in the month, and then I can always look back at it, or if I'm doing like a recap for the year, I can like highlight my successes and special moments. Future log is going great. I do use it a lot because this is an undated planner, and the 2023 calendar.
Subscribe, guys.
And here is the remainder of the future log. And then I had this little inbox section, Kalani style.
Okay, I'll stop dancing.
And here I have this little inbox section, and it's pretty much the same thing. Glue double-sided, thin double-side tape, and thin double-side tape on the bottom. I can hear you going through that. It's either you're gonna sit and be quiet.
Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
Bye, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, post notifications,
yes.
comment, like, do all that stuff.
Alrighty. Take a shower. Bye bye. Jesus. This is supposed to be like a little inbox section where I just write notes. This, I also feel like it's pointless because I would write things here and then I will forget that it's here. I don't really utilize this part too much, so I may not put this back in a new setup. Here I have places to visit. I have been sharing places to visit on Instagram with my husband, and we kind of like have this folder. So I didn't really too much write it in here. But I feel like I wasn't really like intentional this year with the sections of my planner, like sitting down and taking the time to fill in each section. So I am planning on doing more of that, like going forward, not even just waiting for 2024. I plan to do that going forward. Here I have this paper where I could do like packing itinerary, packing list, packing itinerary. I got this from Etsy. It's just glued down in here. Also, if there's any trips, this section is for basically traveling and going places. This was a section I had for when I went to Go Wild. It had like the schedule, my ticket, and packing list. So this section is the home section. It says residence. And the way how I make these are these little Avery tabs, and I use my P-Touch, my brother P-Touch, and I basically just type it out, and I use the clear cartridge, not the white one, the clear one on this, make it look like this. And I'm supposed to write to cleaning list an area. Basically, I need to set up like a schedule for cleaning. Cleaning has become a real challenge for me. We have entertained the idea of getting a housekeeper to do the cleaning, maybe after the kids go back to school. That's a lot of expense right now. So we will probably look into that. Right now, my husband does clean a lot, and I clean as needed, but like even recording the video, I'm exhausted. So this will be filled in one day. And then I have my kids' school stuff schedule. When the new year start, I will update this and put their new information in it. And this is the food section. This is a clip. It's like a dashboard that I got from Etsy, and I printed it out, glued it in here. I'm supposed to have breakfast ideas here, lunch ideas, dinner ideas, and snack ideas, but I've been really non-intentional with the planner for some reason. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. Next section was the setup for my garden, which I use really well. It went well. These are just stickers from, I think, Two Little Bees, and this is from, I think, Love Charmaine shop. I just spelled out garden with some letters that were on a sticker sheet. The section that is here that is paper clipped off is my finance section, where I list like income and bills for the month, and then it goes into wellness. And the wellness section, I have like my medication list, symptom log, and my doctor appointment notes. So my symptom log, it's very sporadic because I have consistent symptoms. These are just things that I had to remember. Something like a new symptom happened and I wanted to keep track of, I'll write it. But everyday symptoms that I have, I don't write those down. This book will be filled. So here I have my doctor visit logs. So basically, I have the date, the reason, questions I had beforehand, and then any visit notes that I need to remember. I think I am missing like a few of them, but I have an appointment coming up September 1st with my heart failure team. So I have a lot of questions about that because there's so many different changes and symptoms that I have that I want to discuss. And then this is the self-care section. Totally dropped the ball on the self-care section as well. I'm supposed to have like a wish list. I didn't do that this year. It's not like I didn't love the planner. I did really love this planner. I don't know what happened where I just kind of didn't fill it out as much as I needed to. This part at least. The other part, yes, it's all filled out. This was my my Avengers, my Marvel movie list in the order that I like to watch them. And then this was supposed to be a list of TV shows that I want to watch. And then the creator life section is where I keep track of my business. This is all the campaigns I did for the year. And then I have video ideas. And then I have a section for jotting down notes about campaigns. It's under here. A lot of it, sometimes I can't really discuss it because the campaign didn't pass yet, but that's what that is. And this is the 2023 planner section. This is the last section of the planner, and this is where all my plans are: monthly, weekly, and daily. I'm gonna take a sip of my juice. So I started this planner January 21st because I think I had a hard time setting it up. I may have set up multiple planners before and it didn't work out, so I ended up just jumping in Stalogy. So the way how my planner is a combination of my weekly plans. On this page is all my plans for the week. I keep little trinkets from places I've been. I journal about my feelings. This is when I started a new medication and I wasn't feeling well. I have daily planning. I have journaling. I have daily plan, memory planning, where I have the pictures, little journals, weekly plans. So it's a combination of my life. I feel that it's so important to have everything in one place because I don't have the mental capacity to have a daily planner, weekly, or whatever planner, and then jump in a new planner for memory planning. Even though I have enough planners to even have a whole planner for keeping track of my skincare, it's just I don't have that the mental capacity, literally, because I get so consumed with one planner and putting everything into it. I cannot see myself, I can't focus on anything else. So here is just planning. And even if I'm not doing like a full memory plan, if something happens like on a specific day, I may just drop a picture here. And then weekly plan. Lonnie and I went out for a little dinner. This is the schedule. And then this is a little journal from the place. Date night. So it's very efficient to do it like this because it like looks at my entire life. This is my day, the 13th, and then I jumped the 14th, the 15th, the 16th. This is me experimenting with stamps. We drove to Connecticut, did some shopping, and it's basically just keep jotting down everything. For my monthly pages, I like to do a calendar because I love monthly calendars. That's like one of my things. I use a stencil from Amazon. Just type in bullet journal stencil and you'll find it. I can't find this one that I had. Someone asked me the other day and I just decorated how I want. And this was like the Go Wild time, and I did my memory planning about Go Wild every night when I was there because I have a bad memory, and this is a way for me to relax at night before I go to bed. And this is when my husband came to pick us up, and then we did some shopping before we came home. And when I got like little contact cards from people, I just made this page of contacts where this is all about like the people I've met and the cards that I've received. And then some journaling, back to planning. My son went away for a school trip and Lonnie's 13th birthday. The three of us went to Disney and this was my journaling for Disney. One thing that I did say this year, I want my planner to be more my about living life than schedules and work stuff. I do my job, yes, but my goal and my priority is my personal life and spending time with my family and just being present. This was my son's birthday. We took him to Fogo de Chao and he loved it. He's a big steak guy. And then we went camping with Girl Scouts, and this is another month, April. And what I do to make the separation for the month, like to make this page thick, I use the thick cardstock. I glued it on it. One thing with notebooks, if you're going to be gluing in pages on top, try to stay away from the spine, because it creates a hump and then it will not like open. It won't stay like how I did it here. What I should have did, instead of bringing it so close to this edge, I could have brought it like here. This way the paper will fold down more, if that makes sense to you. So what I started doing in April, I printed a month on one page, and this is a printable I had from years ago. I found it in my Etsy downloads, and I do the month, decorate it, and then I just start in the month. I don't need like monthly trackers. If I need to track something, I'll just track it on the day. I feel like a lot of the things I tried to fit the bullet journal standards, it kind of threw me off at one point. So I just started just doing what works for me. I don't do like drawings, because even though I can draw, it's just, I just use my stickers because that's just what works for me. So I know that seeing all the artwork and the drawing and everything like that can be intimidating to a lot of people. So this is just to show like you can have like a bullet journal style planner without having to be Picasso and making art. You can use stickers if you're not artsy and decorate it however you want. So these are journal, see, like, look, this is plans, journaling, memory planning, weekly planner. It's basically everything wrapped up in one. And goodbye April. If I remember when the month is ending, I try to do a goodbye for the month. This is coming out. I'm gonna fix that. So May, I enjoyed this spread so much. This is a vellum sheet from Lauren Phelps Designs. It was in like her kit. She had this box that came with a ton of things, and printed the month on one page again. And I just started into April. April was my anniversary. These are our pictures. So we went to plans. Then I went to May. I think this was supposed to be May 4th. Yep, I made a mistake. We're actually up to May. May is when I went to North Carolina with my friends, and I am going to be a bridesmaid, so that's very exciting. I journaled about that. I went right into my planning. So sometimes my planning style is like a week on 2 pages. Sometimes I do daily planning. Sometimes I do a weekly spread like this. So this type of planner gives you the ability to kind of experiment and change up your spread every week. I also like the undated style notebook planner, because if I don't want to plan for a day, I don't have to, and then I don't feel bad about missing pages. So that's something I'm thinking about as far as my 2024 planner. Do I want something dated? How am I going to feel if I don't want to plan for a week? I hate seeing blank pages in my notebook and my planner, so that's something I have to think about. Memory planning, and then plan. So this is just to show you that you can have one planner and basically have your monthly plan, I tried to do a daily gratitude log, and I was pretty good. I stopped on the 20th. This is actually June, and it worked out. Memory planning for the weekend. This is a planner spread that I kind of like because it gives me a lot of space to write throughout the day. And this is when we had the California wildfire smoke. And then my daughter school stuff, my iron infusion, a work event. I learned how to make pizza and Caesar dressing from scratch. So a week here. This looks like a daily spread. Look, this explains this day. There was not even like any decoration, just to the point what I needed to do, and maybe I was exhausted that day. Oh yes, this is my exhaustion week. So I tried to do like a little bit of journaling every day. I was just so exhausted. I just tried to write something down. This is Lonnie and I's day out in the city. This is a day of planning, journaling, and our recent vacation. So this is an example of like if you want to like next year do memory planning in your planner, or even if you have a separate planner for it. So what I try to do is when I go somewhere, if there's like a brochure or like even if it's a paper bag with the store or place their logo, I will keep it, cut it out. And we found a Buc-ee's on our way to Florida. Lonnie wanted to go there so bad, so we did. And this is a postcard from where we stayed. The Magic Kingdom map. This is Epcot. I took these out of all of that little brochure that basically talked about where all the foods were from. The Magic Kingdom brochure. Our Universal ticket. If I'm going somewhere that requires an admission ticket, I'm going to use it. This is where I didn't get the Raisin Cane's paper bag, but I wanted to get it, but my daughter took a picture outside. And we love Wawa. We don't have that in New York, so when we went out of state, Wawa has this guava juice that is so good, so I just kept it. Obsessed over this guava. This is the business card from the boathouse. And this is on our way back home, Disney Spring picture from one of their brochures. Chipotle. And then we are up to August. Not too much going on for this month. And I think this is around the time where I'm feeling like antsy with my planner. I've been trying to use another planner, but I'm just gonna stick it out because it is what it is. This was Kalani's camp packing list. This was the 1 day of planning. More planning. I know my planner for August is like looking really sad compared to all the other days, except for this. This was fun. Hubby and I, we have a new date spot that we love to go to watch the sunset and bring like food. And this is my current week. And this is all the pages I have left for the rest of the year. I'm pretty confident that it could work. If I do a little bit more week on 2 pages and week on 1 page, I can still do daily. It may not seem like it's a lot, but this is a Stalogy notebook and the pages are very thin. So my choices for next year, I don't know what I'm going to be using yet, but you know, as I'm looking through this, this really works for me. I just don't know what style of notebook, but this is my planner flip half year. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this gives you some inspiration to use a notebook next year, and you basically can see the possibilities of having a notebook. I added some ribbons to make for a little decor, and the way how I do it is, if you're interested, like for this one is a thinner ribbon. I use double-sided tape and I put it on the corner, but I always put it on like if it's a thick page. And the way how I do that is I'll glue like another paper on top of the Stalogy paper to make it a little bit thicker. And then when you glue the ribbon on, you just make sure it comes up just a little bit, enough to be out of the planner. See, that's all you need. And I'm gonna do that again for September. This one I put it on here, and it also works as a bookmark. I don't have one for August. August is like a blah for me. This month I'm over summer. I'm waiting for fall, so I just don't really care right now. But thanks again for watching, and I hope you really enjoyed this video.